Hey, it's Sports Fantasy All In. I'm Coach B,
And it's Mytch.
and we are back on today's show. We're talking NHL. We're talking free agent ads when it comes to fantasy. We're talking situations that have happened on the ice in real life hockey, NHL action. Mitch, let's get to it right away.
Let's go.
Uh, so how's your first fantasy week been?
I got my ass kicked by yours truly.
Oh well,
Oh, was it
now
like 10-2?
now you're fully entrenched into the fantasy world when it comes to sports fantasy. So how you liking it?
Well, I gotta say the learning curve was a little steep at first, but in my second week, I'm starting to round out a little bit. Roster's looking stronger every day.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know your stuff, so it's bound to happen, right? Last week we went over our top picks and ads. Did you end up getting any of the guys we talked about?
Um, can't really remember correctly. I picked up a couple guys, but not off the waiver list. It was all free agents.
Yeah.
And ended up picking up Martinez because he's got a high block total. I heard a lot of hype about Andrew Kopp, so I decided to add him to my roster and just see what he does. He's got some
Well, and
production.
can't forget about your boy Joe Pavelski.
Oh yeah, at the very beginning of the week, Joe Pavelski was available, so I scooped him up. He's gonna do well sitting in that top first line center spot for the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, like you said, they got the late start on the season. Maybe a little bit rested up too, right? So,
Yeah,
uh,
we'll see because they're gonna have to make up those games they missed, so that could take a toll on itself.
absolutely. All right, so let's get into some of these guys who are potential free agents that we're looking to add. Who do you got on your list here?
You want to start with some centers?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, let's just start off with Paul Stasny, I guess. Toss that one out there. He's been getting hot recently. Over the past 3 games, he's posted 2 goals, 4 assists with a plus minus of 8. That's pretty good. One power play point and some 15 shots on goal.
Yeah, and Stastny's a seasoned vet, right? So it makes sense that he's still producing.
Another one I got for you that for some really deep leagues would be Adrian Kempe from the Los Angeles Kings. He covers all three center, left wing, and right wing spots for fantasy. He's got 3 goals, 2 assists over the last handful of games, plus minus of -1, 2 power play points, and 22 shots on goal.
Okay.
Also, give me 1 second, just loading up something.
Yeah, this.
Kempe plays on the first line with Anze Kopitar and Alex Iafallo, so that should help his production for sure.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're in the top two lines, you're gonna get quality ice time, right? So yeah, I like it. Adrian Kempe. Um,
Another one
he's
for
been in
you.
the league now for a couple of years, right? So it is time for him to produce a little bit more for sure. He's a good one to watch for.
Another one for you is Adam Lowry. Although he's on the third line for the Winnipeg Jets, he's had 4 goals, 3 assists, 15 shots on goal, and 18 hits, 2 power play points. So, I mean, there's production there from the third line,
Absolutely.
surprisingly.
Yeah, and those are good
And
numbers to start the season too, right?
I
I
think
think
that's
that's
about
7 points in 7 games. So point per game pace at the moment for the first week and a half, 2 weeks of the season. So yeah, that's a great one.
that would be my list for centers, though. What do you got?
Yeah, I'll add to the centers a bit. Well, I mean, I can't really say that he would be a free agent in most leagues, but first one I have is your boy
Yeah,
Nazem Kadri. I would have him as a potential flyer to take a chance on, or at least put on your watch back on your watch list. And I'm not speaking directly to you because I know you dropped him.
I was actually just going to mention that I dropped him in the last week.
But for obviously he would be someone who is on my radar if I once you if you see that someone has dropped him, right? Yeah, he's having a slow season. 2 goals, 2 assists, only 1 point on the power play. The most surprising to me is the one hit, like we mentioned.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's part of his game, but for all we know, he could be trying to save his body for the playoffs.
If
Um,
you don't mind me interjecting, he's when he's on the second line here, Andre Burakovsky just got back from injury, so that's a huge piece of production that had been lost and then re-added to the
for
second
sure.
line there.
Well, and probably the power play too, right? So
Yeah.
that's a great point. Um, yeah, another one on my list here who I'm seeing, he's only rostered in 39% of leagues here, and it's a name that's kind of, I guess, a little bit difficult to say, but he's been in the league now for about 3 4 years. It seems like he's actually poised for a bit of a breakout. At least he's starting like it. That would be Joel Eriksson Ek on the Minnesota Wild, and 39% owned. The Wild seem like they've been a piece or two away from making a serious run in the past, right? So,
Hmm. That's a
um,
good call, by the way, because I'm looking at
yeah,
his stats here.
well, in 8 games, 5 goals, 2 assists, right? Plus eight. Uh, only 1 point on the power play. He's getting his shots, throwing in a few blocks, maybe a couple of hits. Another one I got here is Jasper Kakaniemi on the Habs there. He seems like I really noticed it with him last year. Definitely in the playoffs, throwing the body around a bit more. Probably
Hmm.
added a little bit of weight in muscle. Playing a totally different game, a little bit of a forward role. He's got a goal, 4 assists, plus 5, 11 hits. Right, so he's another one you can keep an eye on. I'm not sure he's only rostered in 10% of leagues. Kakanyemi,
Hmm.
right? And yeah, the Habs, Montreal seems like they've kind of taken a step forward. With some of the ads they made. Josh Anderson they added. Um, Tyler Toffoli really stepping up. Right, he put
Hmm.
in what was that 5 6 goals against his old team in that 2 game series with the Canucks. So yeah, the Habs are looking like the real deal. They have Carey Price back there still. Shea Weber holding it down on the defensive end. It's not
Hmm.
just him; it's like the whole team, right? They're really coming together. They might be one of the most right heavy teams in the league too, and yeah, they're playing some good hockey. So I like that. I like him as an ad too. If you're if you're desperate for a spot in your league.
All right, nice.
Got any other ones? So maybe we can go to the left wing.
You want to do both left and right at the same time? I
We can
feel
do left, right
we
for
can
sure.
swing that.
I guess I'll go with the first one. Who's in? To me, he's not going to be out there in a lot of the deep leagues. In our league, he's available. We're only in a 10 man, but if you're in a 12, 14 man, he might not be out there. He's still available in our league.
Hmm.
Um, this is Kevin Fiala. Now I know we just talked about he just got that suspension, right? And yeah, he's gonna be out 3 games, but um, he's still putting up big numbers.
Yeah,
Is he still available in our league? Let me see here.
Fiala. You searching it?
Yeah, yeah, he is. So he's suspended for 3 games. He's owned in 70% of leagues. Like I said, right. So if you're in a deeper league, Fiala won't be out there, but I think he's one of those guys that a lot of the analysts, I think just people in general had high hopes for him. He's shown flashes in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and this definitely looked like he was poised to kind of have a breakout. He scored. I think he scored the game that he got suspended for that boarding major, that nice breakaway goal, or it might have been the game before. But yeah, he's another one. He's only got 3 goals, but he's got 30 shots on goal, right? And in our league, shots on goal still count. So
Mm-hmm.
he's another one who's got the left and right wing eligibility.
Yeah.
I got any other good ones there?
I got one here that takes the left wing and the right wing status on the Dallas Stars. Denis Gurianov,
Okay.
rank rank 161 overall. He's only played 4 games and has 3 goals, 4 assists, plus minus of 1, 3 power play points, and then 15 shots on goal. The rest of his stats taper off, but he's sitting here on the second line of the Dallas Stars and also on the first power play unit with Joe Pavelski, Radulov, Hiskinen, and Klingberg.
Yeah, and that's until Hintz comes back, right?
Right. So I
Rupe.
assume he'd be shot down to the second power play unit. How long is Hintz out for? Do you know?
He's kind of seeming like it's a day-to-day situation. Um, I mean, even when he comes back, I think Gurionov is a good enough player where he's gonna get the minutes and the opportunities. So yeah, I like that. And the two position eligibility makes it even better.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that I have that's actually two position eligibility with the left and the right wing is Tyler Bertuzzi.
Okay.
Um, obviously he's playing on a pretty weak Red Wings team right now, but
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely one of the main staples there. He's a vet. He's got 4 goals, 2 assists, 4 power play points, right, which are obviously important in fantasy. The 12 hits, I'm going to add to your totals a bit. So he could be a good ad if you're desperate. For sure he's out there. Um, I'm just seeing that your boy Lafreniere got his first NHL goal, eh? See
He's
that?
my boy because I drafted him, right?
It's funny. I mean, everyone likes to take the chance on the new kid, right?
I
59%
thought it.
rostered in leagues, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's you got to remember it. You hate the dog on the Q, but he did come from the Quebec League. Not to say that the competition is any less there. So did Sidney Crosby, right? But
Right.
Lafreniere is not necessarily a big body. He's not, I don't think the type of skater like McDavid is. He's a
Yeah.
great
He's
player, obviously.
he's gonna have to develop over time.
Yeah, he's gonna need his time to develop, and yeah, I mean, he only has 1 point of the year. It's that game-winning goal, which happened to be his first NHL. So
I
yeah,
also
congrats to him
uh,
for sure.
I also smartened up and dropped him like a week ago. So
Yeah, that was well exactly. You did it. You took your quick chance on him. Why not?
yeah, I just wanted to see.
Yeah. Yeah, Barakowski's out there, like you said. You're from the Avs. He could be a good sneaky ad too. 3 power play points. He's got 3 goals, 3 assists. Um, Another one I
I
have
got
actually. Sorry, go ahead.
I got someone for you here. Nick Ritchie, left wing, Boston Bruins. 3 goals, 3 assists. He's sitting at a -2, but he also has 5 power play points and a handful of shots on goal and hits. He plays on the second line with David Krejci and also slots in on the first power play unit for the Boston Bruins, who have a good power play.
So you remember my reference from about Richie last week?
No. Say it
Yeah,
again.
he was on my mention list in our last week's episode,
Nice.
and so yeah, so he went from 2 power play points to 4, so he added another 2. Granted they were both assists this week, but power play point is a power play point, right?
Right.
And so from when I mentioned him last week, he was 2% owned to now he's 11%. So a few more people are jumping on the wagon, catching on a little bit, just like
Yeah.
my man Mitch here. Were you wondering where he came in? Came in your thoughts or what?
Maybe it was just placed there by you, and I had my eye out for him.
No, he's a great one. Like you said, yeah, Boston is they kind of do that the rebuilding while they're still relevant type of thing, eh?
Yeah.
And yeah, so Nick Ritchie's one of those guys. He was actually a first round pick of the Ducks. I want to say maybe in 2013,
Hmm.
and it was late in the first round, maybe 25th pick, but he didn't necessarily pan out. And now he seems to be kind of thriving in Boston.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good
You got anything else?
one. I also mentioned last week Connor Garland. He's another one who's still out there in our league. I'm sure he's fairly, not too heavily owned in majority of leagues, at least in leagues like ours. He's not going to get you the hits. He's not going to block a whole lot of shots. He'll get you the shot, shots on goal, um, goals and assists. He's a bit of more of a sniper, right? He can be a sneaky player if he catches fire. We mentioned our boy Wayne Simmons for banger leagues like ours. He's
Yeah.
got 2 goals now. Simmons is what 2 or 3 time 30 goal scorer, so can't put it past him to maybe put in 15 for the Leafs this year while also holding the shield there.
Yeah. The only
I
thing
guess
that I have against him is that he's a -6.
right. Yeah,
Other than that, though, 2 power play points, a handful of shots on goal, and that's good for third line or no, fourth line production.
absolutely. Can't ask for any more than that, right? Um, I guess the last one I have on my forwards list would be Jordan Greenway. He is on the Minnesota Wild. Um, like you said, they kind of seem like they've been lingering around contention for a while. Even they lost Eric Stahl. Um, kind of he's kind of near the end of his role, right? And some of the younger guys are coming up. Kevin Fiala, like we mentioned earlier. Uh, the import from Russia was it Kirill Kiprizov,
Hmm.
right? He seems to add that kind of missing link they're needing. Zach Parise is still there. He's kind of aging a bit. Yeah, I think Greenway can be a sneaky one. I'm sure he's a left winger. I don't know if he's a right winger. He might be left and right eligible. He's
He
only five
is.
percent owned, and he's only 5% rostered. So
Hmm.
he can be a sneaky, um, deep league ad. Got any? Is that it? Is that it for forwards here?
Yeah,
I
that's
think we dropped a
basically
few.
it.
We dropped a couple good ones. I guess another one for our league to even keep in mind for yourself could be Antoine Russell, or sorry,
Mm.
Antoine Roussel.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a scrappy dude, right? Gets into his handful of scraps. He's a +5 on a good team. He can score when given the opportunity, but you're not going to be looking for that from him. He also adds 13 hits, so yeah, he can be another sneaky one. I guess in a league where hits and penalty minutes count.
Yeah, definitely.
You have any defensemen you added to your list?
Let me take a quick look here.
I got a few guys here. I'll start with Connor Murphy of the Blackhawks.
Yeah, if you
He's
want.
got a he's got to go on 2 assists. I didn't like he doesn't he's not on the power play. Um, he might be, but he wasn't getting. I think he only has one power play point there. He's a +4. And he added 10 blocks, so that was nice to see. He's averaging 24 minutes a game, pretty much 23 and 50 seconds.
Hmm.
Another one I had on my list was Justin Schultz on the Caps there. Two
Yes.
goals, 4 assists already, 3 power play points, +5 on a good Cap squad. He's going to give you shots and blocks also, right? So he's pretty good along, all over the board there. And then I was gonna for my final D man I have marked here was gonna say Ben Chariot from the Habs there.
Yes.
Um, he made the mistake of dropping the mitts with Simmons there in that first game,
Yeah,
but
he almost got his head punched off.
yeah, I mean you don't lose penalty minutes for losing a fight, so he could be good in a banger league. That counts penalty minutes. He also, I just saw the other night he got into a scrap with your boy Matthew Tkachuk there, and oh man, did you see it? You end up seeing that scrap or no?
No.
He Chariot just blasted him to the ice with a solid right.
Nice.
They're getting feisty in front, so Kachuk's getting on the nerves of everybody. And man, this season it's been fun to watch so far, at least from my eyes.
Just to add into the Justin Schultz, he's out currently, day to day with an injury.
Right,
Um,
gotta scoop him when he gets back.
I'll be honest, I don't really have a
A
good
lot of
list for
D-men.
defensemen. We don't have many strong ones in our league besides what you've mentioned.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean
Justin Hall might be a decent ad. 5 assists, plus minus of 4 hits and blocks.
Justin Hall is gonna get you. Yeah, he's gonna get you the grind stats, right? So actually, yeah, Justin Schultz is a +9, and oh, he took a puck in the face. I didn't see that.
Another one actually to maybe look at is Big Z, Zdeno Chara. He's sitting there
Yeah,
pretty at +7.
that's a great point, right? He might not be added a lot.
14
One
shots
guy,
on goals, 14 hits, 10 blocks.
yeah, one guy I had my eye on was Devin Tays, but he looks like he's got himself a day-to-day injury. I was looking at
Yeah,
him coming off the wire, I guess coming fresh into this week two
yeah,
on Monday. There, I almost added him, but I didn't want to overload on my 5 ads for the week on day one.
yeah, fair enough. You got a list going for goalies?
Yeah, I got a couple for goalies. I have Carter Hutton here for Buffalo. I know Linus Allmark, is the number one penciled in, but Carter Hutton seems to be doing well every time he comes in. Even dating back to last year, he had a decent year, so he could
Hmm.
be the one to watch for. He's only been into 2 games this year. He's got one win, 952 save percentage. And then I got Kevin Lankin in here from the Blackhawks. Um, you know, we talked about it earlier. He started five of the last 6 games for the Hawks. Doesn't look like they have a whole lot of faith in Malcolm Subban, so it might be his job to run away with if he can do it. He seems to be doing decent right now. 2.16 GAA, 930 save percentage. And that's in 7 games, so 6, 7 games. So
Hmm.
pretty decent numbers from him. That's on a not so solid Blackhawk squad. And then I also got Calvin Peterson, who is I guess the backup or the 1B to Jonathan Quick in LA. He's a southpaw, catches with the other mitt. 2.38 GA, 920 save percentage. Not bad numbers. Like you
Hmm.
said, I think it's Jonathan Quick seems to be on the wrong end of the age a little bit. Probably his better days are a little behind him, so might be Peterson's job to steal or to take. Sorry.
To start off, this isn't necessarily a strong selection, but the statement that goes along with it is if you need a all game goalie, Mikko Koskinen from the Edmonton Oilers has played every single game this season.
Right. Yeah, I
So
mean,
he's posted an 8.95. It's not exactly the best, but he's
yeah,
played in every single game.
the thing with Costin, I don't know what it is with them. I think we mentioned it before. It's just Edmonton can't seem to put it all together.
Hmm.
Um, Koskinen's a big body. He just doesn't seem like the most athletic of the goalies.
Fair enough.
Um, I mean, yeah, like you
Another,
said, if you want longevity, if you want endurance, yeah, if you want a lot of starts, he's your guy, right? He's going to get the majority of the starts. You got Mike Smith there, back there, as the backup. He's probably pushing 40 soon.
yeah.
Um,
I also
yeah,
got on my
Koskinen is a
list
decent ad
here.
though. Edmonton could catch fire. They have such a talented squad if they can just put it together somehow.
I got another one on my list here. Devin Dubnik from San Jose Sharks. In the last 3 games, he's posted above .900.
Okay, yeah, I like that one.
Even though those were all losses, I'm really pulling at strings here in our league with goalies.
With tenders, yeah, I mean that's one of the positions where it's extremely deep. Sorry, not extremely deep, not very deep. Our
Hmm.
league is very, you know, well in tuned, right? So you're not going to find a whole lot of quality out there, especially with the four-star minimum that we have set in place.
Yeah.
I think it makes it even more likely that the teams are going to carry more goalies.
At another one would be Thatcher Demko of the Vancouver Canucks. In his past 2 games that he's played, he's been above .97.
Yeah, and he's another one that we're talking about the young guys coming in to take the old guy's job. I've kind of been on Thatcher Demko for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those prospects where they expected the 2 or 3 years in the minors, will help them develop, and then they'll be able to walk in and just take the starting job. But hasn't necessarily happened with him. He's a big body goalie, but you got to think if they got Braden Holtby, who's a seasoned vet in his own right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, I definitely like uh, the the Demko ad, considering that he should be able to take that starting role from Braden Holtby. Holtby, sorry. And he's only rostered in 49% of leagues, so
Yeah.
he could be out there. That's a good one.
All right. That's about all I got to add to that, though.
One more from our league I was going to mention was Ilya Sorokin.
Mm-hmm.
What is he rostered here?
Good. Good
Got to be there.
defense in front of him.
Oh, he got dropped in our league, so he's rostered in 33% of leagues. Um, yeah, the Islanders exactly. They play a defensive style of game, right? It's no surprise to see them win 3-0 or 3-1, and it just so
Right.
happens that they just haven't been giving him any goal support. He's played in 2 games where the Isles offense got shut out both times. So, yeah, not a great start to his NHL career, but he's well storied from the K.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he can be a good sneaky ad, absolutely, right? You have Varlamov there, but who knows? I think a lot of times these solid teams are preparing. Teams who are already penciled in to make the playoffs are kind of thinking, thinking ahead so that you can go into the playoffs healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, to whoever's especially is a Varlamov owner, you might want to scoop up Sorokin.
Yeah, definitely. I could see that.
Yeah, that could be it for the. I think that's it for the ads for this week, at least on my
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, I'm pretty good on it too. I agree with it. I agree with that.
How'd you feel about the Flames Maple Leafs little 2-game series?
I'm excited for the next, what is it, 6 games they're playing against each other. I'm also really happy to see the Leafs actually get chippy with someone instead of just,
Instead of kind of turning their backs, eh?
yeah, exactly.
Well,
That puck flip at the end was hilarious. I saw that and I knew exactly why Muzzin was doing it.
I mean, you got to think about, not to mention the little pokes here and there, the hits,
Yeah.
the elbows, the sticks. and then you got whatever's muttered in the little scrums, right? You got to think they build up, and Kachuk seems like that guy who's just gonna say and do anything to you to get under your skin.
Well, the funny thing is, so the little story around that puck flip. One sec, I'm gonna pick this up real quick. So in those two games against Toronto, Tkachuk had one goal in the first game, and
Right.
he had in the second game. Oh, he's way down this list. There he is. Nothing. He had nothing in the second game. So that puck flip right there was to let him know we shut you down just to get under his skin, and he flipped out. He did
Yeah,
not like it.
he had a childish tantrum, was what he did in the hallway there, trying
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
I
throw
saw
whatever he
that.
saw in front of him to the ground, right?
And the funny thing is that he got beat at his own game a little bit.
Well, absolutely. And he carried it into the series against Montreal. Got feisty
Uh,
in that one too. And not in to get back into that one, yeah. Toronto and Calgary, I think they both know they're going to be contenders in this Canadian division, right?
yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's I think it's easy to say the seeds have been planted, and the next 6 games are going to be really interesting.
Oh, for sure. I can't wait. I can't wait till they play the Oilers, man.
Yeah, it's been shaping up nice.
Calgary, that is. Oh, there's gonna be so many. This North Division is gonna be scrappy as all hell.
Oh man, absolutely. Any games you're looking forward to in particular, especially tonight?
Well, obviously the Leafs Oilers. I'm looking forward to that one. I
That's
got
going to be a
both
great
my
one.
centers going at it with the Stars and Hurricanes, so that's gonna be a fun one.
Right.
Um, Looking over the next couple days, nothing really besides a couple Leafs games. How about you?
We got Caps Boston tonight. Char versus his old squad.
Ooh, that'll be a fun one.
Yeah, Dallas
Yeah,
Carolina should be a good one. Iowa's Philly. I'm kind of looking forward to that. You
yeah.
know, that's going to be a good one. I mean, that's one I wouldn't want to place any bets on, but Nashville Tampa could be a wash. My Wings might get thrashed by the Panthers. Canucks and Jets is going to be a good one tonight, and then Montreal and Flames.
That one will be a fun
That
one
one's
for
going to be a
sure.
great one to watch for sure.
I s- Maybe it's just a biased opinion, but I'm loving this Canadian division.
Yeah, I mean, it just it helps when all the teams are contenders.
Yeah, this West Division looks pretty competitive with the Golden Knights, Avalanche, and Wild all sitting within 1 point of each other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the parity across the entire league is just, it's making for some absolutely entertaining hockey. And the way that,
Wow.
it's kudos to the league for the way they shaped up the new divisions too.
Hey, guess who's leading the Central Division?
Who is this?
The Columbus Blue Jackets with 11 points right now.
Wow, and Line is going to be ready to play soon.
Oh yeah,
I think he's
that'll
actually.
help them.
I think he's actually going to be able to play 2 weeks sooner than Dubois.
Oh really? Because of less COVID restrictions?
I think so. Yeah. Good old Ohio for you. You got the Mass Mutual East.
Hey, you want to hear something else that's funny?
What's that?
Dallas Stars have played 4 games in total. They sit second in the Central Division with 8 points,
4-0, baby. Well,
tied with the Predators.
there's a couple hot teams right now. Carolina, they're on a 2 game. Nashville's on a 2 game. You got Dallas, like you said, 4 game win streak. Columbus has 2 wins now. But how about your Leafs? Leafs are
Four
on a 4 game
games.
win streak right now. They're playing great. Habs are
Yeah,
on a
they are.
3-game win streak right now, and
I
sort of
like the Habs team this year. They look like a good team.
yeah, and
They still haven't lost in regulation. They're sitting at 5-0-2.
don't say it too loud, but the Boston Bruins are 5-1.
Yeah, I saw that. They're on a 4-game win streak.
Leafs might be happy they don't have to run into them in the playoffs this year.
Nah, man, I'm mad. I want to run into them. There's the only thing that
Run into them
matters
while
is
they're
getting
down.
getting that monkey off their back.
Yeah, I know.
I'm one of those people though. I like if someone beats me, I have to specifically beat them at least once.
Well, you better mark our next matchup on your calendar.
Yeah, I'm coming for you.
No more tips.
You see all these moves that I'm making? I'm lining up this roster. This is a Coach B beating roster.
The next show, I'm taking a week off before I have to play you, so
Oof.
I ain't giving you no tips for free.
Fair enough.
No, well, this has been good, Mitch. Yeah, I mean, we went over a lot of good players. You know, it's been a great start to the year so far. A lot of great goals, a lot of great hockey.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, it's
gonna
been
be a
some
lot to
breakouts,
talk
right?
about.
Yeah, there's been a lot. It's been great. You know, those are our ads for, I guess, the week that is, the week that was, and the week that will be. Because we're gonna have to do this again soon, right, Mitch?
Yeah,
We're gonna do this
definitely.
midweek. Today is Saturday, January the 30th, 2021, and we hope our players help you out. If not anybody, ourselves, right?
Yeah, 100%. The only reason I do this is just to get a little edge on you, see what you're thinking.
Hey, well, you're learning on the fly, and I got to give you kudos. I mean, like we said, you know your stuff. It only gets easier with time, right?
Yeah, it is getting a bit easier, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you got to watch the games, right? The eye test is always the best. Uh, yeah, I love the game of hockey myself, so I try and catch it as much as I can. You know, and Mitch, do me a favor and pay attention to the names that we said, or at least re-listen to the show. That way, you can add a few gems.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I think I got a couple gems that I got one guy I was looking at that I might have to add, but I didn't mention him.
All right, we'll take them. This information's all yours, and to anybody listening, hopefully in the UK or down under the US,
I think
Great
we had
Nation
one
of
listener
Canada.
in Germany, right?
Do we have a listener in Germany?
Yeah, one listener in Germany listened that one time.
Well, I hope hopefully we expand to all over Europe and beyond.
That shout out is dedicated to that guy.
That's it. Keep listening, man.
All right, bro. I'll
Once we
talk to you
figure out how
later.
to distribute this a little better, I think we can get a little more exposure.
For sure.
But all right, brother. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here, Mitch. That was all our genuine info, fantasy tips, free agent ads. You name it. We'll catch you next time. We're out of
All
here.
right. Peace.
Say bye.